Hi folks. Welcome back to part 2 of Travel and Discover with Travel Elk. Today we are going deeper into the Great Bear Rainforest, looking out for some wildlife. So if you'd like to follow me again, I will show you the beauty of this region with all its spectacular landscapes and wonderful wildlife. Are you ready? Then let's go. Very early that morning, we boarded our boat again, that brought us initially to Klemto in the Great Bear Lodge. After a 90 minutes ride, we finally received the Great Bear Lodge. It was still raining, but none of us cared. We were just looking forward to the great adventures waiting for us. After a quick check-in, we put on the rubber clothes that we got from the lodge, then went back to the boat. We just wanted to go out and search for bears with our guides. As we boarded the boat for our excursion, the rain has stopped. We had no idea what incredible adventures awaited us on that day. While driving into the bay where we wanted to stay for the day, suddenly our guide whispered, "Spirit bear." And there he was. My heart was racing, as I had not believed to see one of these wonderful animals. But he stood there and seemed not to be troubled by our presence. A moment later, he was gone. As we reached the shoreline, we had to climb on the shore. It's hard to keep your balance with all that rubber clothes from the rocking boat down to the slippery stones. The place that our guide had chosen for the day was wonderful. We could watch the salmon jumping, a truly impressive spectacle. And we were lucky, as it wasn't raining. While we were watching the salmon jump, we heard a sound from behind us. We turned around, and there was a huge black bear, just about 50 meters away, strolling along the shore, looking for some salmon. None of us moved, we just stood there and waited to see what would happen. He slowly came closer, so we hid ourselves behind bushes. Behind some rocks he found a salmon. While he checked it out, our guide called him with a soft voice, "Hey bear." So he made sure the bear noticed us and won't be afraid. He lifted his nose and sniffed, but we did not seem threatening to him. So he just began to eat calmly, while we watched him. After he finished his meal, he left the scene. We were so amazed. What a wonderful setting. We moved a little closer to the river. A moment after we sat down there on a fallen log, I saw a bright spot on the shore. I thought I was dreaming. The spirit bear was coming back. He appeared to be very curious as he came closer and closer. He watched us all the time, and as I sat in front of the group, he looked at me while he walked towards us. Motionless we sat there and watched spellbound as he came closer. After these last close shots I had put the camera aside because I was too fascinated by this beautiful animal. Finally he had approached almost 5 meters towards me. Then he paused and looked me calmly straight in the eye. I will never forget this feeling for all my life. A moment so intense and peaceful as I would never have dreamed of. When he watched me well enough, he turned away and walked slowly down to the river to fish. My heart was racing. I was indescribably happy. We watched as he skillfully catch salmon from the raging water and then disappeared into the forest with his prey again. When the bear was gone, we needed some time to calm down again. What a great encounter! We decided to move up the waterfall to get some different views and climbed up the hill. Above the fallen tree trunk, we found a place from which we had a good overlook over the river. Again we watched the impressive salmon jumps. The jumping ability of these animals is impressive. One of them even managed to jump over the tree trunk. Have you ever spent applause to a fish? We did in that moment. A moment later, there was a rustling in the bushes next to us. As I turned my head towards the sound, I saw our friend, the spirit bear, moving towards us again. As before, I had no feeling of danger. He also didn't look as if he was afraid of us. His look was more like he wanted to say, "Hi, there you are again." Very relaxed he climbed down to the trunk over the river, passing us again just in a distance of a few meters. Even our guide was deeply impressed. He never heard of such a close or long-lasting encounter with a spirit bear before. For the next 2 hours, we watched him again and again, as he came back several times. I will never forget that day for the rest of my life. These bears are absolutely rare. There are less than 400 of them and they can be found only in this area. I still feel blessed that this wonderful creature came so close and trusted us. Thank you for your company in this adventure. In the next episode we'll meet grizzly bears. So stay tuned. I hope I will see you again in episode 3.